Alright guys, welcome back. Deftspider here again. So we're going to go over day 2. As you see, we're still in the basic camp. Nothing's changed. It is currently raining on us, as you can tell by looking at the ground. You see all the water. You see the raindrops coming down. So the problem with that is, if you look at the fire, you know it's gone out. Still has plenty of fuel, but it won't stay lit. So this is a good tip you need to pay attention to. So when it's raining, you're going to want to go into here. So we'll review this really quick. Press I to go to your inventory. Go to the dual books at the top of the screen, click on those, go to Placeables, Others, and you're going to want to build one of these shelters. So we'll just take the shelter out, angle it, spin it, put it however you want to. Just make sure it covers the fire. Press E to place it. And this takes 4 wood logs to build, so we'll go ahead and gather some of those really quickly. And then we'll build this structure. The reason we need this is because when it rains, it will put out the fires. So it will put out fires for anything, the forges, pretty much anything that you have to start a flame on with your lighter. If it's not in a covered building, the fire will go out if it's raining. So let's go ahead and knock down some of these trees. We just need to kill 2 of them. And press E to place them onto the template. We get those. We're going to throw these over here on the saw benches. Always good to keep planks making because we're going to need quite a few. Because the first thing you're going to do in the game is go ahead and start prepping for winter time, which means we're going to need to build a fully enclosed cabin in order to survive. And now that we have our shelter built, we're going to come back to the fire, take your raw fish, and just place it on the circles on the rocks around the fire. And this is how you're going to cook meat. So you can cook your fish this way, you can cook potatoes, and you can cook raw meat that you get from hunting animals. And you also can take your water. So we have 60 clean water. You see we're thirsty right now. So we're going to right click on the canteen and hold the right mouse button. So while you hold that, then left click on drink. And you'll see our thirst goes up. And then the canteen clean water supply goes down. We're currently at 0.60. So we're going to take the lighter, start us a fire, and then we'll head over here to the pond. Look at the water in the pond, press I. It'll open your food inventory menu. Go ahead and grab your flask. Hold it over the circle right here that says add water. When you see it turn green, that means it's ready to go. And just click on that and it'll add 60 dirty water. So then you're going to take that over here to the campfire. Press E to interact with the campfire. And then just drag this over to the bucket on the little white circle and drop it, and you'll see it put 60 water in there. You'll see a white circle start to go around, just like with the meat, the fish that's cooking. And all of our fish just finished, and the dirty water is currently being purified. So then go back here, and we're gonna go ahead and fill up the bucket. Every time you add water to the bucket, it's going to restart that one circle, but it'll also go up in number. So now we're at 120, and later on we'll get a bigger water container, so we won't have to make so many trips. This is also how you can water your plants if you have indoor plants. And you don't have the greenhouse yet. So early game, you're probably just going to build planters outside until you can manage to get to the greenhouse. Alright, so now we're at 200 of dirty water. You'll see that, like again, you'll see the white circle slowly go around as it's purifying. And now we have this dirty water. We have 40 out of 60 dirty water. I'll show you what we're going to do with that in just a moment. So now we're going to grab and drag our fish off the rocks now that it's cooked, and this will also go bad. You see how it has a timer, and this is just one of like 3 ways to cook. And we'll put our other raw fish down and let it start cooking. We now have 200 clean water, so we can grab our flask and drop it here. Well, never mind, we have to empty it first. So what I'm going to do is wait for the fish to finish cooking, and then we're going to put out the fire, which should cost us 1 dirty water, and then we'll right click on here and empty, and then we'll get clean water. So while that's cooking, we can go ahead and knock down some more trees. Always staying busy. And we should be done, so we're going to head back over here. Fish is done. So just take your flask, drag it over to where you would normally drop your fuel in your lighter, and it'll ask you if you want to put out the fire. Say yes. And now we're at 39 of 60. And it actually made our water clean when we did that. That's interesting. Well, there's one way to get clean water, just put your fire out. So we're going to scoop up what remaining water we need left, and any clean water that's left in there will just stay there, and it'll stay clean. So we have 179 units of water left. Alright, and moving from there, we will get back to reviewing how to build, because there's a couple of key tips that everyone needs to know when they start out about building, and we will start on that in just a moment. Alright, and we're back, guys. Sorry about that, it was getting dark, and there's currently no gamma adjustment for nighttime, so you wouldn't have been able to see anything. So during the night, I just went ahead and gathered up a bunch of logs, and built 2 more saw benches, and filled everything back up with planks, and completed most of the foundation. I haven't finished it out yet because there's a few things we need to go over for this, since this video's main purpose is going to be building. Like I said, you're going to need a fully enclosed building by the time winter gets here, or you're going to take freeze damage and possibly die. Alright, so as you can see, we've gone ahead and built the foundations. This is currently 3x3. I didn't finish this one out just to go over a few tips here. Alright, so if we want to build walls, we're going to just do choose our basic walls, okay? So they will snap to a foundation if it's complete. Now, you can't lay out your entire building. You have to build it from the ground up, which makes sense. It's realistic that way. So we can snap to this piece of foundation, but we cannot snap to this one because it's not done yet. And that applies to roof lines as well, and second floors and stairs. Okay? So like I said, we'll go ahead and lay this out some. I'm going to put, let's see how we're going to do this. We'll do a solid wall there. I think we'll leave all the corners solid, because I don't want to do a lot of windows early on, because windows take a little bit of time to build. Right, and then you hit I again to go to your menu, click on your dual books. We're going to go ahead and put a door frame in. So we'll put a door there, and we'll put a door here. Now, something to note too while we're doing this is if you look, let me turn that off by hitting tab. If you look right here at the base of the walls, you'll see this 2x4 on the bottom of the template. Alright, so you can rotate that and have it outward facing as well. So if you're really picky about symmetrical shapes and everything lining up and looking the same, you're going to want to make sure that those line up. If not, if it's not on this side, it'll be on this side. Like, say if you put a wall in the center, I'll show y'all real quick. So say we're going to put a wall here. You can see how it flips from one side to the other. So just make sure they're all on the same side if you want them to look the same. Alright. So we're going to go back by hitting I, choose our books. We're going to put a door here. Let's go ahead and complete this last one so we can get everything done. I think we just need one more log. Alright, that's done. And we're going to put windows in the center. And then I again, go back to your menu. And I'm going to add 2 solid walls here. So those templates are done, as you can see. You can walk through them. But if you notice, you can't add your doors, which this is the wooden door. You can't add that until the wall is done, or until the door frame's finished. Same thing with your windows. You can't add anything into them until you've completed the main build. And that also, like I said, that also applies to the roofs. Now then, with the logs, if you remember from yesterday, when you have logs, you can't jump. So what you're going to want to do for that is you're going to want to build stairs. And in this case, because of the height of my foundation, I like to just build the standard wooden ramp stairs. And that just costs 3 wood logs and 4 planks. So we're going to go ahead and add the planks, and then we'll add the 3 wood logs. And there's your stairs. So now you can just walk up and down. As well as can your enemies, the Vambies and the Predators. They can walk up and down as well. Some will come inside the house with you, like the wolves and the Vambies. Bears usually can't get through the doors. Alright. And then another quick note while we're on this, if you look down to the left corner, you'll see a head with dizzy circles around it. That means you have something wrong with you. So if you hold F and look at our stats, we're currently thirsty and our energy level is extremely low. Once those items hit towards the bottom, you start taking damage. So for energy, to replenish that, you either have to eat a bunch of food or you need to sleep. So we're going to go ahead and build the bed. So we'll hit I, and go to the dual books, go to Placeables. I believe it's under furniture now, and then you'll choose the bed. It's 6 planks. You can, well, you have to have foundation to place it. So make sure you always complete that one foundation. Press E to place the bed. And then we'll go ahead and we'll grab 6 planks. Or I guess 5 for now. Let's get one more. Alright, so once the bed's completed with the 6 planks, you can just press E to sleep. You'll see your energy level go up. This will also heal you, but at the same time it's going to reduce, as you can see, all of your nutrients and all your stats. So always make sure you've got food. Don't try not to oversleep. Now it's currently 6:13 p.m., so it'll be getting dark again soon. When you sleep, a lot of stuff happens, like forging freezes, power freezes. And by freeze, I mean they don't, like if you have mineral extractors running and you sleep for 8 hours, it's not going to do 8 hours of mining. I'm sure that's going to get reworked eventually, but for now, just know that when you sleep, that stuff just stops. Alright, so now we're thirsty, and our guy's hungry. So we're going to go ahead and drink some water by hitting I, going to this menu. We've got some corn on us, so we can just eat that. It'll give us a little bit. And we'll drink some water. I guess we could eat an MRE, because I'm not going to need it by the winter time. As you see, MREs will fill up pretty much everything. And then we have some leftover water, so just hit E to activate the campfire. Drag your flask over it, and now we've got water in there. Make sure you save often, because this is a pre-alpha game. Very rarely will you ever have any glitches that are fatal to where you need to reboot, but you never know. Or if you go AFK for a second, you know, something might attack you, and you don't want to lose your progress. Alright, so we've got that done. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and slap some stairs. Let's see, yeah, we're going to just slap some stairs here, because this is just a how to build video. And we can get into some more advanced building stuff later. For now, I just want to get everybody started on your first house. Alright, so there's our stairs. We can go in and out of the house. We can grab all the planks. You can go ahead and start placing them on the walls. Go ahead and place the logs on the walls. And then we'll be ready to start putting in roofs, doors, and actual window frames. Okay? And that's, like I said, that's just basic building. You can put whatever you want inside of here. But for now, I just leave it open until you finished getting your initial layout. You can make it as big as you want to, but when you're first starting out, I'd say just build something big enough to hold your initial items. And you also need to build a storage chest. I've already put one down and started storing everything. As you start playing the game, you're going to hang on to all of your bark chips, all of your plant fibers. Definitely hang on to every piece of ore you get, and hold on to your seeds early on, because we're going to want to plant some of that stuff later on. And everything else in here will be used for more advanced recipes later in the game when we get that far. So again, just a quick review from last time. If you want to move this stuff over because it weighs so much, just hold down the Alt button and then click with the right mouse button, and it will move the whole stack into the chest. Now if you try to move it out, it's only going to do one at a time if you hold Alt and right click. So if you want a whole stack, you're just going to have to drag it out. And to build a chest, you'll just press I, go to your dual books, placeables, storage, and here we have all kinds of storage items. So initially, the first thing you're going to want to build is a storage container, because you don't want to start losing your items like feathers, seeds, and all that. And then it's going to take 8 planks. So we can just grab those over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just slap them on the chest, and then you have a chest. And then if you want to move these around, if you want to move your chests around, you want to move the workbenches around. Now these have to be empty to be moved. You can't just pick these up. You have to take all the planks off them. But like if you want to move the bed, you just press N as in November. And you can see where you can move it around wherever you want to. And just press E to set it back down. So it's in again. You can mouse wheel to spin it in any direction you want to. If you're standing too close to it when you go to place it, you know it won't place it. Just make sure you stand far enough back to place your items. Same thing with chest, except the chest, when it's full of items, you can move it around. And that's going to come in handy later, and we'll go over that when we get to that point. Alright guys, so that's your standard building video, like I said, and we'll get to the roof systems probably in the next video, just because they can be a little bit, well, they're not more tricky, they just take more items like clay and things that we need to go over. And we'll get the build house enclosed on day 3, we're currently just on day 2. And after that, you should be ready to survive for winter time after one more episode. Probably by day 4. Everybody should be able to survive and thrive in this game. So if y'all like the video, you like the content, be sure to like and subscribe below. And check out the next video when it comes out. It's been a pleasure, guys, and thanks for watching.